Sometimes, the only thing more difficult than running a business is finding the right words to market it. Lucky for you, our new AI content generator doesn't sweat words. Just tell it what you want to create, enter a few details, click Generate Content, and in just seconds it'll give you options to build from or leave as is. Writer's block? Not anymore. With artificial intelligence doing the wordsmithing for you, you can craft the perfect message in the blink of an AI.
Thanks for checking out my Constant Contact review. Here I'm going to be going over some of their most popular features as well as talking about if they're going to be worth it. And spoiler alert, they certainly are. If you love simplicity, you can actually try them out for free by clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment. Let's get right on into this review. So, in my opinion, I think that Constant Contact really stands out from the competition when it comes to simplicity. They're not juggling every single little feature that you can get your hands on and throwing it into their email marketing platform. They focus on email. They make it very simple for you, and I think you're really going to like that. So when it comes to creating an email, that's also a fairly straightforward process. I'm going to show you how it's done, simply creating an email right here. And moving forward, you can use a template, but ironically enough, I like using blank templates, which I'll talk about shortly. You can personalize templates to reflect your brand, which is pretty cool. And of course, as you can see, the templates are going to be down below, which there are a good amount to choose from depending on what your specific goal is going to be. However, as talked about previously, I think blank is going to be best because that means you use less photos and you have less chances of ending up in the spam box, which is ideally what you want when sending your emails. With that in mind, I'm just going to go with a blank template right here and show you how their drag and drop editor works, which is once again fairly straightforward. All right, so if you can take blocks and drag them from here into here and just simply edit and add text, you're going to be able to use their editor. I kid you not, a lot of the editors are going to be just about the same. And of course, they offer that same amount of simplicity and ease. As an example, let's say we wanted to add a button right here. We can drag and drop it anywhere we want. When it comes to changing it, very straightforward. Adding links, changing around the colors, adding a little bit more in terms of the aesthetics, making it darker, making the border a little bit smaller. I'm not going to bore you with all the mundane details, but let's say we want to also add an email right here. I'm going to do that very quickly, and here's a very quick email that I pasted in. And what I'm going to do is just move this on over to the left. Of course, if we want to change anything, we can obviously just add some breaks there. This is going to be the link already added in, which is very easy to do. Of course, I'm pretty sure you know how to add links, but this is going to be an example of what it would look like. And there are going to be other things that we can do to maybe make it stand out. There's going to be a section where we can actually highlight specific terms if we wanted to make that a link as well, or just maybe make it bold. It might be everything you're looking for. You can make that bold as well. I think I'm going to stop there in terms of the text editing. As long as you can drag and drop anything over here, click on and edit it, you're going to be good to go. What I also like about them is the ability to change around their subject line and kind of their post subject line. Let me show you right here by clicking on Email Settings. And this is going to be where you change around your subject line as well as your pre-header. Think of it as a subtitle for your subject line. In other words, it's a little bit more. So I talked about is Constant Contact worth it? And I finished it off, you bet your autoresponder, with a witty little joke. So you can always add some scarcity there. You can always add some curiosity. It's just a great and easy way to increase the opens on your emails. And I like that Constant Contact allows you to change this around when creating your email. I've seen other autoresponder tools do it previously where you got to go back and forth. And this is just going to make your life a little bit easier because once you write your email, it makes writing your subject line a whole lot easier. Of course, click Save when you're done. Don't forget about the ability to preview and test, which is standard. But of course, you can do that if you want to send a test to maybe your email or just see what it looks like. In this example, these are just fantastic because the main idea here is to click the link or the button. And both of these are above the fold. If they were to open this up on their mobile device, everything is going to be right here within their vision. So they don't have to scroll down really far to get the main action accomplished. Okay, so let's click on X here. Let's click on Continue. And as you can see, once again, there's going to be desktop, there's going to be mobile. You can show who you're going to be sending it to. Adding contacts is very easy as well. So if you are transferring from another autoresponder, you can do that as well. Verification of email, physical address, and these are going to be the email settings that we just recently changed. Anyway, you can save it now, save it later, send now. It's going to be up to you. That's the process when it comes to sending newsletters with Constant Contact. All of that is very easy to do. Like I said, there's nothing really complex here. I think that's actually their superpower. So simple that even a caveman can do it, so to speak. Now, while I talked about Constant Contact being very simple and not having just so many different shiny buttons and features, they do have to create landing pages, which is a nice touch because all in all, they're most likely going to be needed when it comes to maybe just increasing conversions. Maybe you're selling something. Maybe you want to generate leads, whatever it's going to be. But once again, the process very straightforward. Let's click on Create a Landing Page. And let's do just a custom landing page right here. And yes, you can create sign-up landing pages as well. So it is nice that they have landing pages that you can use, but in terms of creating templates, they are about as scarce can be. There's not too many of them. Some of them, or most of them, are actually going to be link bios right here. But I do like basic ones like this with a featured video. In fact, I think these work very well when it comes to promoting something and using a video as kind of a pre-sell. But I will show you how this works right here. Let's do Select Now. And if you'll notice, this looks identical to the email marketing drag and drop editor. This is beneficial once again because you don't have to learn anything new. Once again, Constant Contact really hammers home on the simplicity here. But like if you wanted to add anything else, we can drag and drop our text in under here. This is going to be where we edit it and change it. Of course, I don't want to put it there. And of course, if you wanted to say edit your video, double click there. This is going to be where your video can go. You can change around your thumbnail. That's going to be how you can embed that. And everything else is just going to be business as usual here. I don't even need to go over this because it's literally identical to when creating an email, except for the fact that you do now just simply have a landing page that you can activate and send traffic to, as opposed to actually sending an email. Pretty straightforward, right? And don't forget about creating sign-up forms because you are going to need to generate leads after all, right? So you can create forms with this. Once again, if it's going to be a pop-up, a fly you, a banner, inline, text to join, or once again, just maybe a simple sign-up landing page. And this is going to be a section where you can add all the fields that you may or may not want to use with the first name, the last name, email, and a lot of the other specific sections. So this is going to be adding a field if you want to utilize that. You can select lists that they're going to be added to. And I'm not going to go over too much of this. In fact, I think that's a testament to a lot of the simplicity in this is that you've noticed a lot of different features here. Some are similar, right, when it comes to creating sign-up forms and landing pages. And then you have their email drag and drop builder. All of it is virtually the same aside from maybe some different options here when it comes to what are you going to be sending them to, what list do you want to be on, maybe you want to add a logo or two, and so on and so forth. So those are some of the biggest features that Constant Contact is going to have. If I hover over this right here, you can see that there's going to be some others that you can utilize. But of course, if you're interested in simple email marketing, Constant Contact definitely has you covered, and they do it at a valuable price. As you can see here, when getting started for a number of contacts from 0 to 500, if you want the light, it's only $12 per month. In standard, you're going to be looking at $35 per month. And of course, if you want to get more of the leading tools, automation, and segmentation, you're looking at $80 a month. So it really depends on what you're looking for here. Overall, I think that they do have valuable pricing, especially for what you're getting here. They're not going to be, charging you an arm and a leg specifically for the fact that they don't have 500 different types of features in their simple email marketing platform. So with all that in mind, let's wrap up this Constant Contact review. So in my opinion, it's kind of the email marketing tool that doesn't try to do a backflip when all you wanted was a simple somersault. It's clean, it's very easy to use, and it sticks to what it does best, email. If you're someone who just wants to hit send without getting tangled in 500 extra features you'll never use, this one's right up your alley. And the price, friendly enough that your wallet won't give you side-eye. Now, it's not all sunshine and high-converting rainbows. The builders, yeah, they're pretty basic. In the landing page template section, let's just say that it could use a protein shake. If you're the type who wants pixel-perfect control over your landing pages, that might leave you craving just a little bit more. However, if you're looking at Constant Contact, you're probably not trying to win a design award. You just want your emails to work. And for that, it definitely gets the job done. So if you'd like to try them out, especially when it comes to their ease of use and simplicity, you can click the link down below in the description or the pinned comment to try Constant Contact for free today. And that about concludes my review. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy.